Welcome to Prophecy Quiz. In this quiz, you will test your knowledge of some of the most challenging and lesser-known details of the Old Testament. Get ready for questions that go beyond the basics. Let's see how many you can get right. Good luck. 1. Who was the prophet that confronted King Ahab and Queen Jezebel over idolatry in Israel? A. Elisha. B. Elijah. C. Jeremiah. D. Isaiah. Think carefully. Correct answer, B. Elijah. Explanation: Elijah is known for his strong opposition to idolatry, especially in the story of Mount Carmel where he challenged the prophets of Baal. Verse: 1 Kings 18 verses 20 to 40. 2. Which Old Testament figure had the waters of the Jordan River parted when he touched them with his hands? Joshua. B. Gideon. C. Samson. D. Samuel. Think carefully. Correct answer A. Joshua. Explanation: Joshua touched the waters of the Jordan River, which parted to allow the people of Israel to cross on dry ground into the Promised Land. Verse: Joshua 3 verses 13 to 17. 3. Who was the man that survived 3 days and 3 nights inside the belly of a great fish? A. Jonah. B. Noah. C. Daniel. D. Elijah. Think carefully. Correct answer A. Jonah. Explanation: God sent Jonah to preach in Nineveh, but he was swallowed by a great fish, where he stayed for 3 days and nights before being vomited out. Verse: Jonah 1 verse 17. 4. What was the sign God gave to Abraham to confirm their covenant? A. Circumcision. B. Fire on the altar. C. Rainbow. D. Sacrifice of a lamb. Think carefully. Correct answer A. Circumcision. Explanation: God commanded Abraham and his descendants to be circumcised as a sign of the covenant. Verse: Genesis 17 verses 10 to 14. 5. Who interpreted King Nebuchadnezzar's dream about a large statue made of various materials? Daniel. B. Mordecai. C. Ezra. D. Nehemiah. Think carefully. Correct answer A. Daniel. Explanation: Daniel interpreted the dream, which symbolized the kingdoms of the world and God's dominion over them. Verse: Daniel 2 verses 31 to 45. 6. Which judge defeated the Midianites with only 300 men? A. Deborah. B. Samson. C. Gideon. D. Jephthah. Think carefully. Correct answer, C. Gideon. Explanation: Gideon reduced his army from thousands to just 300, trusting God to deliver the Midianites. Verse: Judges 7 verses 1 to 22. 7. Which prophet was taken up to heaven in a whirlwind without dying? A. Elijah. B. Elisha. C. Jeremiah. D. Ezekiel. Think carefully. Correct answer, Elijah. Explanation: Elijah was taken to heaven in a fiery chariot while his disciple Elisha watched. Verse 2 Kings 2 verse 11. 8. Who was the mother of Samuel who prayed earnestly to have a son? Hannah. B. Rebecca. C. Sarah. D. Miriam. Think carefully. Correct answer, Hannah. Explanation: Hannah prayed with great faith to have a son and dedicated Samuel to God's service. Verse 1 Samuel 1 verses 10 to 20. 9. Which king of Israel wrote many of the Psalms? David. B. Solomon. C. Saul. D. Hezekiah. Think carefully. Correct answer, David. Explanation: David, known as a man after God's own heart, authored most of the Psalms. Verse Psalm 23 verse 1. 10. Who challenged the prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel? A. Elisha. B. Elijah. C. Jeremiah. D. Isaiah. Think carefully. Correct answer, B. Elijah. Explanation: Elijah challenged the prophets of Baal to prove who the true God was. Verse 1 Kings 18 verses 20 to 40. Halfway there. Let's keep going with the second half of the challenge. 11. What animal did Balaam ride that stopped and spoke to him? A. Dog. B. Donkey. C. Horse. D. Camel. Think carefully. Correct answer, B. Donkey. Explanation: Balaam's donkey spoke to him, warning about the angel of the Lord on the path. Verse Numbers 22:21-33. 12. Who built the ark to survive the flood? Noah. B. Abraham. C. Joseph. D. Moses. Think carefully. Correct answer, A. Noah. Explanation: God instructed Noah to build the ark to save his family and animals from the flood. Verse Genesis 6 verses 13 to 22. 13. Which king had a disturbing dream about a large tree that was cut down? A. Saul. B. David. C. Nebuchadnezzar. D. Solomon. Think carefully. Correct answer, C. Nebuchadnezzar. Explanation: Nebuchadnezzar dreamed of a great tree symbolizing his reign, which was cut down as judgment. Verse Daniel 4 verses 10 to 17. 14. Who was sold into slavery by his brothers and later became governor of Egypt? A. Joseph. B. Esau. C. Isaac. D. Jacob. Think carefully. Correct answer, A. Joseph. Explanation: Joseph was sold by his brothers, but God exalted him as governor of Egypt to save many lives. Verse Genesis 37 verse 28, 41:39-45. 15. Which prophet had a vision of dry bones coming back to life? A. Ezekiel. B. Isaiah. C. Jeremiah. D. Daniel. Think carefully. Correct answer, A. Ezekiel. Explanation: Ezekiel saw dry bones come to life, symbolizing the restoration of Israel. Verse: Ezekiel 37 verses 1 to 14. 16. Who was Abraham's wife that laughed when she heard she would have a child in old age? Sarah. B. Rebecca. C. Rachel. D. Miriam. Think carefully. Correct answer, Sarah. Explanation: Sarah laughed, thinking it impossible to have a child at her age, but God fulfilled his promise. Verse: Genesis 18 verses 9 to 15. 17. Which judge made a rash vow and sacrificed his daughter? Jephthah. B. Samson. C. Gideon. D. Eli. Think carefully. Correct answer, Jephthah. Explanation: Jephthah vowed to offer as a sacrifice the first person to come out of his house, which tragically was his daughter. Verse: Judges 11 verses 30 to 39. 18. Which king built the temple in Jerusalem? David. B. Solomon. C. Hezekiah. D. Josiah. Think carefully. Correct answer, B. Solomon. Explanation: Solomon, David's son, built the temple that became God's dwelling place in Jerusalem. Verse: 1 Kings 6 verses 1 to 38. 19. Which prophet was swallowed by a great fish? A. Jonah. B. Elijah. C. Elisha. D. Jeremiah. Think carefully. Correct answer, A. Jonah. Explanation: Jonah was swallowed by a great fish and spent 3 days and nights inside it before being released. Verse: Jonah 1 verse 17. 20. Who was the son of Hannah that became a great prophet and priest in Israel? A. Samuel. B. Saul. C. Nathan. D. Elisha. Think carefully. Correct answer, Samuel. Explanation: Samuel was dedicated to God by his mother Hannah and served as a prophet and judge in Israel. Verse: 1 Samuel 1 verse 20. Congratulations on making it this far. These were not easy questions. You've just faced some of the most challenging and unique Bible questions from the Old Testament. How many did you get right? Let us know your score in the comments below, and don't forget to challenge your friends and family to take this quiz too. If you enjoyed this Bible challenge, make sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming quizzes. We post new content regularly to help you grow in your knowledge of God's Word. See you in the next prophecy quiz. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Hosea 4 verse 6 KJV.